is personalized learning different from traditional methods of education? Let's start with you, Lisa.
I would say one of the differences, and it's what a lot of the work that we've done is working on proficiencies and deciding the scale of what students will learn during that lesson. And that's so different than how we typically grade, because we normally grade on a percentage. So the scale is 1, 2, 3, or 4, and students can fall anywhere on that continuum. And the goal is a 3. A 3 is our standard, and that's where we want students to be. A 4 is when students go above and beyond the standard, but that is not required. It's really a student choice whether they want to pursue. So if they are interested in the topic, they may want to pursue more information and go deeper.
For me, it was using the pretest data, and a lot of times in the past it was, oh good, you took a pretest and we're not going to do anything with it until I compare it to the post-test. But it became looking at the pretest and then setting their learning path based on what they needed, so they weren't wasting their time covering material that they already knew. So the playlist, when we develop them, there are things that all students must do, and those are the things that we see that, that might be the misconception or the weakness overall. And then they have opportunities to choose what they want to do. So if we're going to read a passage about the ocean floor, they have an option of which one they want to do. And then for their assessment, the really cool thing is, instead of giving them, here's your paper pencil test, and let's have Jeopardy and see what you can regurgitate, these guys had an opportunity. They got to choose if they wanted to make a 3D model, if they wanted to paint, if they wanted to use Tinkercad, or if they wanted to use Scratch. So they got to take ownership of what they were doing and how they were doing it, and all we gave them was, this is what you have to show us you know. And they were able to take it and run with it. So it's really giving them more of a say in how they learn and how they're going to show you what they learn.
So when I introduced it to my group, I called it Controlled Chaos. So I gave them a project, and I said, these are things that I am going to be looking for. Well, my room was a disaster. But you saw students learning, you saw conversations that, you wouldn't see if I was the sage on the stage, and if I was there, controlling everything. And so that was the hardest part, was really giving over that control. But once I did, the students, they were
So as part of the grant, the teachers at both schools had to go through the process and do one unit, living systems, and so I want to applaud our teachers for giving it a go. And there is a lot, I think, that we still need to adjust. And I think we figured out some things, but there are a lot of things we still need to figure out. So even though we're 2 years down the road, I still feel like we are very much still at the beginning of this journey, because there's just so much to learn still.
I liked how you could learn at your own pace and learn what you need to do at that moment.
I think it helps students learn better, because you're not really comparing yourself to other people, and you'll just learn at your own pace. The thing I didn't like the least is that sometimes you have to write more or do more stuff.
I didn't like that it was mostly on the computers. Everything, most of the things were independent, and not as a whole thing.
Standards are very much involved. We took and broke down all the standards and looked at the verbs and took the verbs, and that's how we built our assessments and our lessons. So they're very much focused.
When we were creating proficiency scales, The first thing we did is we looked at the standard, and that is our 3. So we literally copied and pasted the state standard. That is our level 3. From there, we built the 2, which is trying to figure out what is the key vocabulary that students would need to know, and also what would be some foundational skills that they would need to be able to do before they could do the state standard.